Hey guys, I am Becky. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to For the Love of Crafting and Sharing YouTube Hop. I am participating with a monthly collaboration one day a month with a bunch of lovely ladies. I will have everybody's videos linked down below. This month, in the month of January, we are going to express ourselves. We're going to be creating a layout or any type of project that has some of our go-to supplies, our styles, and things of that nature in it. This layout that I'm doing right now, it's super duper simple. It's a super simple layout, which is what I have been gravitating to lately. And as you guys know, if you've been with me for a while, you do know I love a diagonal stripe as a border. That is something I go to quite frequently, and that is why I am using it right here on this layout. I am going to be using this notebook paper as my main background, and just the diagonal stripe is going to be bordering it. The photos that I'm going to be using are of my niece Erin, her significant other, and their son Camden. Now, a lot of you also know that one of my favorite things to do is scrap photos of my extended family. These are layouts I do not keep. These are layouts I send to them and they put into their own albums. This is something I really enjoy doing, and all the girls so far, I have not sent any to any of my nephews, so all the girls being my nieces so far, and my sisters, have really enjoyed receiving them. So that is another thing I really like to do with my layouts, is I really like to make them and give them to people. I think that is a lot of fun. So right here, you saw at the beginning I had everything in a baggie. I knew I was going to be super busy this week, so I did make up several page kits. So you'll see a lot of baggies and stuff being emptied out of them here coming up, but this was the first one, and I went ahead and emptied everything out. Now, I did have a lot of scraps. When I made up my page kits, another thing I really love, when I made up my page kits, I made sure I included scraps in every single one. Well, on this one, a lot of how I came up with this design was actually because the scraps were already in kind of a similar configuration. This right here, the Into the Wild card, that was on the back side of that diagonal stripe paper, and I kind of, when I cut it out, when I gutted the center of that, I was trying to save that card so that I could use it as the title. Something else I've been doing here lately is not really making a lot of my own titles. Sorry about that. I skipped that piece in editing for some reason. I really apologize. I did go ahead and ink the edges of everything with the Vintage Photo by Tim Holtz. I did that off camera and then came back. I showed you the ink, and that was like signifying, hey, I'll be back. So when I came back, I went ahead and pulled out this spiral notebook, and I just have a bunch of different ephemera glued in there. I just glued it in with my ATG gun. That is the idea that I had gotten from Janet over at RTS. That is another one of my favorite things, is that notebook. Well, I went ahead and pulled it out because I knew in the front I had some adventure type embellishments, and those are actually the embellishments I end up pulling out. I do use this back of this little car right here, and I use these little mountain groups. It says Adventure Awaits. And then I am going to use those flags up at the top, and then that Let's Go die cut right there. The Adventure Awaits, and also that Let's Go die cut, I am going to be popping up on some foam tape. That's what I'm kind of off screen doing a little bit. I did have to put, well, I didn't have to. Well, kind of I did. I did put some foam tape behind those flags because they're going to hang over onto the card, and the card that says Into the Wild, which is serving as my title, also is up on some foam tape. So kind of had to add a little bit of something to the back of the flags. It works out really nicely. I really like it. I pulled out these fancy pants, kind of, I don't know, plasticky dots, and I scatter a couple around the page. I didn't have as many as I would have liked to have had. I also pulled out some white stars. I only had 3 left from my Felicity Jane's little star stash. After I do that, I'm going to do one of my other favorite things, is splatters. And I am using the Heidi Swap Color Shine in Bronze on this page. Now, I was going to go with tea, but I thought bronze, because it's kind of dark. I mean, it's almost like a black, it's so dark. Alright guys, after I do that, I am not doing anything else this out. I want to thank you so much for joining me. Please check the links down below. Go to everybody's video and check them out. I'm really excited about seeing them, so I'm going to be right there with you checking them out. I want to thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.